Well, folks, it was another nail-biter in Washington. Just hours before the clock struck midnight, the Senate passed a crucial spending bill, narrowly averting what would have been the third government shutdown of the year. This last-minute save, a recurring theme in American politics that's somehow both exhausting and utterly predictable, came after days of heated debate and political maneuvering. The final vote was largely along party lines, with a slim majority of Democrats siding with their Republican colleagues to keep the lights on, at least for now. Now, you might be thinking, John, why all the drama? Can't these elected officials just do their jobs? And you'd be right to ask. But as usual, the devil is in the details, and those details reveal a whole lot of political posturing and a fair share of legitimate concerns. Democrats found themselves in a particularly tough spot with this bill. On the one hand, they had a responsibility to prevent a government shutdown, which, let's be honest, is never a good look. Nobody wants to be the party that throws the country into chaos because they couldn't agree on a budget. On the other hand, this particular spending plan was like a cheese plate curated by a toddler, a chaotic mess with some questionable choices. Many Democrats argued that the bill gave President Trump way too much leeway on spending decisions, essentially handing him a blank check and hoping for the best. There were also concerns about funding cuts to crucial programs, but we'll delve into those a little later. It was a classic case of damned if you do, damned if you don't, and ultimately, enough Democrats chose to swallow their concerns and prioritize keeping the government running. So, what exactly is in this controversial spending plan? Well, the bill allocates funds to keep the government afloat through September 2025. It includes a significant boost to defense spending because, who needs affordable healthcare or education when you can have more tanks? Meanwhile, non-defense spending, which includes things like environmental protection, scientific research, and, helping struggling families, actually saw a cut. This disparity in funding priorities didn't sit well with many Democrats, who argued that the bill prioritized military might over the needs of everyday Americans. They also raised alarm bells about the lack of oversight on how the funds would be spent, particularly given the Trump administration's, shall we say, creative interpretation of budgetary rules in the past. Beyond the brink, the aftermath and future implications.